do you have a mug of tea?
I have a mug of tea. I am dual fisting beverages, actually. I have my water full of powders, and I have some fucking Blue Moon, man.
Oh, mercy.
Never disappoints, ever. I'm almost out. I need to order some more. Like, I opened the tin and saw there was only about 3 cups left worth,
Ah,
and I was just like, "Oh, that's not good."
that's the tagline, dude, is Blue Moon never disappoints until you run out.
Until you run out, man. Like, and I don't know about you, but most of my tea is loose leaf anyway, and it makes its way into so many of my cups. Like, I'll like fill a
Oh, yeah.
diffuser like halfway and then put like nettle or something else,
Mm.
like, just to make it go further. But that delicious, tangy fucking tartness, I put it in so many of my little loose leaf cups of tea because it's just delicious.
Blue Moon, she puts that shit on everything.
I do. It's my Franks or whoever. What was that? Slap Your Mama? Which one has put that on or put that shit on everything?
Frank's, I believe.
Is it Frank's?
I believe it's
Can't remember.
Frank's.
I don't do hot
Frank's.
sauce, but that's appropriate for my topic today.
Oh.
I'm talking to you today on this day, this 27th of April,
Oh.
2021,
Hmm.
about
Giving away how far in advance
Yeah.
we're recording.
Yeah, and let's talk about that after. You know what? Let's go and talk about that first. I don't know about you, dude. And I was thinking about this today, just the different effect that intense working hours of content creation, how that differs from like corporate intense working hours. It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
well,
it's different. It's a different kind of fatigue.
it's different because it's I think if you're working on something like whether you're a fucking vlogger or YouTube or Patreon, podcast, like what you're doing it from a place of creative interest. Like
Exactly.
you're into it, you like it. Hopefully you like it. And the other thing is you are now on your own schedule.
Yeah.
And there's something about punching in and punching out that kind of keeps you on a routine. And you can kind of have your work brain and then you can have your home brain. But when you're doing stuff for yourself, like when you're self-employed, you're dual braining all the time. You're all the time thinking about stuff you need to do in your regular life, get groceries, clean the house, do this, do that. But you're also thinking about, okay, and I need to edit this episode and then we can schedule it to come out and then we can do this. And so it's like a constant. You're never off, really.
No, you're not. You put it where it fits, and that's what I was thinking today, because like essentially, just like to break it down. So we are going to the beach. So when this drops, we'll be coming back from the beach, or it'll be Wednesday, I believe the 5th. And you will have already come back and I'll be coming back that day. So like so we're doing it ahead of time, but we kind of realized like 2 weeks ago with how the beach was falling on the calendar, we were like, okay. So we need to do this coming week's episode and publish it. We need to record, edit the spooky-sode and publish it along with Rocco and Laser and all of the videos that go with that for patrons of the investigation and all of that. This week's episode that you're hearing right now. And then we had to record and edit 2 Patreon bonus-sodes to get those up. And those are each an hour long each. You had to get done spell videos and your blog video. I had to do my spell video that's going to drop the first weekend we get back. So it was a shit pile of content.
I guess at this point, Rocco and Laser will already be out for the patrons.
Yeah, and they'll have been out for a week.
But then everyone should, listen, you should head over to the Facebook group and check out the trailer for Rocco and Laser that we're going to make everybody watch. We're going to make everyone sit through.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And you're going to enjoy it. It's your initiation. We haven't really put you guys through an initiation yet, and this is what you have to do. Not like a witchcraft initiation. Yeah, we're just hazing you.
To be a part of this coven, you've got to sit through our creative just vomiting.
Yeah. I keep just sort of mixing things up in my head about when shit's coming out.
I know.
I'm like, oh God, I hope it all works out. But we've never really done this before. not together, not on this scale at all.
Yeah.
And there's something about it that, it's a lot, but it feels really good.
I feel wrung out, but in the good way. Like I have flexed.
Accomplished.
Yeah, like after you have like a crazy good workout and you're so like your muscles are done, but you're like, but baby, I like fucking did
Yeah.
something, it
Yeah.
does have that great and expulsion of creativity while being draining is deeply satisfying.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. And hopefully as you guys hear this, you aren't just like, but this sucks.
Yeah, and probably like
um
Rocco and Laser will have bombed by now.
oh
Like,
no.
like
Oh dude, I don't even fucking care. I know
I
we've
don't
said
care.
that.
I don't
I don't
care.
care. It was such a good time
Mhm.
that I don't even care. And by the time you hear this is entering your ear holes, Rocco and Laser just might have had an encore at the beach
Hell
coming
yeah.
soon. I don't know.
Investigating the beach house called
Yes.
fucking Cake at the
Cake
beach.
Cake by the ocean.
Cake by the ocean.
Cake by
Yeah.
the ocean, dude.
What?
Which, by the way, that song played when I worked at Sephora non-stop. It
What
played.
song?
Oh God, I think it's Chainsmokers. Are they the ones that do Cake by the Ocean? I don't fucking know.
Oh, I
But it's
didn't know
that
that that was a
something
song.
Cake by the Ocean. That's the only part that I remember. You're gonna have to listen to. If you don't listen to it, I'm gonna make everyone listen to it. I'm gonna play that song over and over while we're there.
Okay, I'll listen to
Okay,
it beforehand
good.
then. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, but yeah, here we are on the eve of leaving for the ocean, and I am in the spirit, I'm in the mood, and I'm talking today about my topic is Sea Witchery 101.
I like that. I think that's a great little companion follow-up because you did Kitchen Witchery not that long ago.
Hmm.
And so that's kind of a nice little continuation
Oh yeah.
of the series. You've intimidated me though a little bit. It's like now I want to because like we're recording at the beach so the next week's episode will be us recording at the beach like we've done previously last time we went. And so I might bring a witchy like an ocean topic then.
Ooh.
I don't want to be left out and not having an oceany topic.
I think that that's a fantastic idea. And I love tying our topics to things that are going on. It just kind of makes it feel more personal. The spooky sode. Our two topics were something that were very spooky to us personally.
Mhm.
And I can't wait for that. By now it's already out, but I can't wait for that episode to drop and
I'm
people to
happy
hear
as
it.
hell about that
I'm
episode.
very proud of it, man. And it's
Yeah.
4 hours, but it's not 4 hours of nothing, like of
Yeah.
just whatever. It's 4 hours of like really good shit, I think, man.
Mhm. I'm happy with it.
But we'll see. What are you talking about today?
I'm talking about chilies, man.
Ooh.
Spicy boys, chili peppers. It
I'm
just kind of came to me today, and I was trying to because we're growing a bunch of peppers, and I'm very excited about that. And Hunter's been making this fermented hot sauce now that Clarky got him into,
mm,
and he makes it out of jalapenos, and I am so addicted to it. I am so addicted to it. It's not super spicy because he cut it with some poblanos, which I also love, and it's delicious. I love it so much. And so I'm kind of like I'm easing into peppers. I respect peppers. I know that they're healthy. There's a lot of benefits to eating peppers and capsaicin. So I'm feeling peppers and I saw that my blots are sprouting. My sweet, delicious, sweetie little purple and yellow peppers are
blots.
Remember I've talked to you about those, the weird purple and yellow, like gradient, big sweet peppers that I'm growing. We've talked about this.
We have, but did we talk about their name being blots?
Blot. I don't know why. I believe they're a Russian pepper. But like jalapenos and another pepper we have, which we're growing jalapenos, they like sprouted. But getting these blots, and we are also growing some tobagos, getting those to grow from seed is just a fucking bitch. And I'm finally seeing little sprouts coming out of those. I don't know why, but sweet peppers for me have always been harder, which makes me sad because they're my favorite. But getting them to sprout from seed is just a bitch and a half.
I love a sweet banana pepper.
Oh, baby, me too.
But
yeah.
I think it was last spring, maybe the one before, because time means nothing. We grew everything that we needed to make a salsa.
Hell yeah.
But a salsa with tomatillos and not tomatoes.
Oh, delicious, like a salsa verde.
Yeah, man. And mom gave us this pretty like already really healthy tomatillo plant. So we plopped it in the garden and it was doing great. And it just it wasn't fruiting.
Did it
And
get
we
enough
kept waiting.
sun in y'all's yard?
It was healthy as shit, dude. And it would flower, but no fruit.
Yeah.
And we were like, what the fuck is happening? And I looked it up and it needs another one to be pollinated. It needs like two.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of part of my topic today.
Oh,
I
hey.
talk all about the difference between like self-pollination and like regular pollination.
Needing the buggies or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was so disappointing.
Yeah.
Because by the time we figured this out, the season was basically coming to a close, and we didn't ever get to have our tomatillo salsa.
Oh, that's so.
I'm still upset.
We won't have onions because we missed that window. But we will have tomatoes. We're gonna have those Black Beauty tomatoes, and that's gonna make like a purple ass salsa, I'm hoping.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna have peppers. And apparently fucking my mom's house just has a patch of wild garlic, and nobody told me about it until like a week ago. And they're like, oh yeah, we got a shit pile of garlic just growing. What? So yeah, and I'm gonna start moving some of that down here because it's bunching, it just kind of creates little runner and like spreads. So I'm gonna move some of that shit down here because it's like if y'all aren't using that and it's just like a random patch of garlic and this isn't news, I'm gonna take it.
I'm gonna take it. It is mine now.
Oh, I love garlic.
Alrighty, boys. I love garlic. Also, I don't think we touched on it yet, but this episode comes out on Cinco de Mayo.
Whoa! That's exciting. That's nice and fortuitous.
I just opened up the notes and it said air date, May 5th. Wow, man.
Badass. Hey, well, there you go. I did not plan that.
Hey. Well, it's one of those little synchronicities that just works. Listen here, this episode is dedicated to this very special episode. Let me say that. It's dedicated to Sandra C. And if you don't do Sandra D from
Grease, we can't.
Is that too easy? Too much?
I think it is. Yeah.
Just do another song from Grease and blows everybody's mind off.
Sandra's the first song. I have to just always go with the first song. It's that Leo Sayer song, the whoa, 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 Sandra C.
Oh,
I love you more than Sandra C.
There's two Sandra C's.
Two Sandra C's.
I love you more than this one.
I love you twice as much as Sandra. Oh, I love you more than Sandra C.
Lots of love. Whoa. I'm going to start with this Sea Witchery 101, dude. And the thing is, I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, I mean, as by now people will have heard our opinions on the sea by now after the dropping of the spooky sode. So yeah, I get that. Because
I am not a sea witch. I'm not a born sea witch anyway. I reached out on Facebook and asked for some of our sea witches over there, like what advice you would have for someone just starting out. And I put it that way because, again, this is a 101 episode. This is very surface. If you're already like a sea witch, you're probably like, yeah, duh, to half of this shit.
Yeah, probably.
And that's also why it makes me nervous, is because that post where I said, hey, sea witches, got so many replies. So many. I did not realize we had this large amount of
a coven of sea witches.
A coven of sea witches. And here I am talking about it. And I really hope I do you proud.
If you want to connect with the ocean,
stand in it. Okay. But so just, keep that in mind is what I'm saying. Go easy on me. Mm-hmm. So a sea witch is somebody who works with the power of the ocean, or sometimes with water in general, big lakes, the Great Lakes. We tend to forget how powerful the ocean can be. Because
I never forget that. That. It haunts my waking mind.
When I think about it, I think of it in this way of it's vast and it's deep and it's mysterious and it's to me the ocean and the beach are just two separate things.
Fair. Yeah, it's kind
Right.
of that's like, how like how you have brackish water. It's kind of like
Yeah.
the beach is the brackish area of earth and sea.
It's sort of where the earth and sea meet, and that's where you get all the colorful fish and the
Yeah, the
coral and the
reef.
pretty
Yeah.
stuff and the blue waters, but then the sea, that's where
It wants to kill you.
that's where everything can and wants to kill you.
Yeah.
And where those big fuck off schools of fish are, that even if the fish itself is not scary, like it's a tiny little fish that couldn't hurt a fly, the fact that it's that large, like en masse, is terrifying to me. If I saw a school of fish, I would die.
I was talking to Hunter after the recording of the Spooky Sode when you shook my bones with those horrible sea sounds. And I was like playing some to Hunter, and Hunter's a sea witch. He doesn't know it.
Oh yeah.
He's not aware of it. He's a sea witch.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
And water is just his element. And so I was talking about, like your story, the snorkeling story that you told me, which really fucking shook me. And I was talking about the images and whatnot. Like you'll see those overhead images of divers like leaving the shelf and swimming out into the blackness,
Yeah.
And he had like, not only did he have no issue with that, he was like, oh no, I've always wanted to do that. And it was just like,
okay.
Shut up. Like, just shut up.
Sure.
Go. No, I couldn't even like rationalize that was like a desire,
Oh yeah.
It was like it started making my chest tighten up like immediately. Again, just the thought of it. I can't take it.
People who are into the deep.
Yeah.
And I love it in a fascinating
way. Mad respect.
And I love to learn about it, and I love to look at the sea life, especially like the new things they find.
Yeah.
I love
looking
to
at the weird, deep ones that are all colorful and shit. Like that's cool,
Yeah. And I've assigned us personalities of the deep. You are a what do they call them? A Pompeii worm. And
what?
I am
I'm
a vampire
when did you do
squid.
This? When did this happen?
When I was doing the research for the ocean sounds.
Pompeii worm.
Listen, dude, it's this really pretty, almost corally looking worm. Isn't it cute? But that's you, because it thrives on volcanic heat. It lives right in the middle of the volcanic heat where like almost nothing else can live. I heard that, and this was when I was doing the research for the Spooky Sode. I just kind of went off on a tangent and started like watching videos about deep sea life. And then there's something called vampire squid, which
vampire squids are scary as shit, dude.
Dude, he looks cool. I love him. It's basically me. He just lives in the deep dark down. He's a sweet ass color of red. He looks goth as shit, but he also just eats shit.
It'll attack things so many times its size, and it does not give a shit about it. Like.
Also me just wants to fight.
This little Pompeii worm is flamboyant as shit.
Yeah, look at him.
It's very loud and frilly. I'm okay with it. I accept it.
I knew the worm part might have thrown you off, but then
I'm down with the worms.
I was going to say that is very you.
Can we say real quick, and I know I'm getting off topic. My focus is not good today because I have a million things to do, and it's just a fragmented, broken mirror of attention.
This episode's going to be all over the place.
I love the worm love that came from the worm episode. That made me so happy.
So many people have like worm farms, or they work with worms, or they just have like a bunch of worms. It was heartwarming. Yeah.
I love that story in the Coven. I don't remember who posted it, but she was like over at her sister's, and her sister she like ran in and was like, "I have worms," and like she was like, "What?" But basically,
go to the doctor.
Yeah, her sister had been working on like getting her soil healthy and like her composter, and so like she had worms, like they had come. And and whatnot. It was like, that's great. Just I
have worms. Dude, we need like a tote bag that just says I have
worms. And it's spelled out in worm letters. So like the little letters are made out of worms.
Yeah. That and thank you worms. That's stuck with me.
I like to challenge it too, to be like, I have worms, and then under like in parentheses be like, do you? At the bottom. Like,
Ask me about my worm.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, dude. Oh, fuck. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to just be at the beach.
We're
And
unraveling at the
I
seams a
know,
little bit.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. What were we talking about? The ocean.
Yeah, your topic.
That's right. We're doing a podcast right now. Yeah, the people who are into, like Hunter said, he wants to like go over the shelf. People they're just a different breed. They're like a
I
different
think so.
breed.
Yeah,
And
wired differently.
I don't quite understand it. I get the fascination with water. I love working with the water element, but the very like real life place of the deep is something that
Yeah.
my brain doesn't really wrap around that easy. Around that easy. But here we go. We tend to forget sometimes how powerful the ocean can be, because we think of like this, it's a place to relax and it's peaceful, and it's we think of the emotional properties of water. But there is ancient, seemingly endless depths of power there. And the fact that it is most of our earth, it's most of what we have here.
Yeah.
What is it? 70%? I feel like that's the percentage that people just sort of roll with. In more ways than just the storm aspect, the tsunami or
the
hurricane
violent kind of. Yeah.
There's a lot of power there. And I just am thinking of that time that you said that when storms roll through, you get very Lieutenant Dan.
Oh, I do.
Like, come at me.
I'm ready. I love pre-storm energy. Oh, it amps me, man.
That very specific scene where they're on the water.
Yeah,
he's just
in the
up
crow's nest.
Yeah, he's just yelling obscenities at the so, oh God. So to work with the sea is to, in a sense, work with water. So the signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, are water signs, might feel a particular pull to the ocean. It has the lunar ties. Of course, the tides are controlled by the moon, the gravitational pull. So everything about the ocean, everything about the moon, everything about water is very emotions and intuition based. Seawater is an incredible energetic cleanser. Other than the power of the ocean itself, we can't overlook salt. There's a lot of salt in the ocean.
Yes.
In fact, you can dry out some seawater if you want to harvest, some sea salt. You can get a pot of it and let it sit out in the sun and harvest your own sea salt. And it carries, if taken directly from the sea like that, it carries the power of the ocean and everything that is tied to it. You may not want to eat it. You may not want to put it on your food. Because,
good witchcraft purposes, though.
Hell yeah, dude. Something I saw online is from Otherworldly Oracle, and I thought this was really pretty. It says, the ocean speaks to you in a language only you understand. And I thought that's kind of cool.
That's fair.
I think, each individual person can have their own relationship with the ocean, whether it be one of fascination or fear or just a healthy respect.
Sure.
The way that it kind of calls out to you, I think, is different for everybody. For Hunter, it's like, oh boy, I want to get out there. I want to do fishing.
It's home. Yeah. For him, it's home.
He's like, I want to go out I want to dive past the shelf and go catch a shark or something.
Hang out with Cthulhu. Yeah.
Yeah. And then for, I guess you and I would be like, ooh, baby, beach time.
Yeah,
but I think
I'm satisfied with that.
And there's people who are like more like, oh, I'm going to set up the boat and I'm just going to go on a open water boating excursion. So, anywho, listen to this though. This is important. Make sure that you do check the local laws. It's not hard to do. That you can find out what you can and can't take from the beach.
Yeah. A lot of things are protected, and you can get in serious fucking trouble too if you fuck with like the barriers or like the little oh dude, what are they called? The little, like, they're at, I don't know why I can't think of what they're called, but at Galveston they're the little plant barrier that grows behind the beach that's like
sand dune,
like the sandbar, but it's not it's covered in little I can't remember what it's called, but if you fuck with that thing, you're screwed. I mean, like $10,000 plus fines for messing with those little barrier shrubbery ring things.
Yeah. And you and I were talking about this the other day about how, what are they called? not
Oh,
ranger,
game wardens.
game
Shit, your
warden.
life can be ruined by a
Yeah,
game warden. Yeah,
you
but I
know.
mean, I'm mad respect for the game wardens, but they have a
Oh,
lot of power.
absolutely. Absolutely. They are keeping shit in check, and I think it's, what needs to be done, frankly. However, if you put some shells or something in your pocket and you accidentally pick up some shit and
Yeah,
somebody's
even
like,
if it's an
yo,
accident.
even if it's an accident, yo, empty your pockets, you're suddenly like thousands and thousands of dollars in the
Yeah.
hole. So, and besides that, it's just not good for the earth. And we'll go into it a little bit more. Somebody left a really good comment about taking sand from a beach. However, sometimes there's also different elements to it. Like sometimes what looks just like a shell is still a living creature. It's
Yes.
still alive. It's
Yeah.
still within the shell.
Yeah,
And you
there's a
don't
little
want to
crab
like,
in there.
you don't want to murder it. You don't want to take it home and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So check the local laws. It's not hard. So some activities you can do while learning to see witch. You can beach comb. And I love beach combing.
Oh, dude, me too.
I love beach combing, and I don't know why. I've never really put words to it, but I think this kind of hits the nail on the head. I saw this wonderful description of it. They referred to it as an act of mindfulness, being present in the moment.
Yes, and you're just kind of
Yeah,
scanning and
scanning,
kind
and you're
yeah.
looking. You're looking for something, and you're really taking in each little bit that you're looking
Mhm.
at piece by piece, and you're finding the magic and you're finding the beauty in every part, because sometimes you're walking along the ocean, you're just walking to get to the beach bar or something, and
Yeah,
you're
I was
not
thinking like
looking.
Oyster Shack,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're just walking across to get somewhere and you're not really taking it in. But when you stop and look and you're very mindful, and I love practices of mindfulness, they're
Yeah.
very good for people with anxiety, and they're very good for people who tend to maybe dissociate a little bit, as part of their anxiety. You kind of float
Yeah.
off. So acts of mindfulness can really kind of keep you in the moment. And the thing is, you don't want to just rely on that when you're panicking and be like, okay, I need to be mindful. The more you practice mindfulness and even meditation, because meditation is in itself an act of mindfulness, it strengthens your prefrontal cortex, and it helps you to be more mindful throughout your just entire life.
I
But
think that yeah, that makes sense to me, and I like too how it's mobile mindfulness, because like
yes.
meditation is great. I love
Mm,
it. But sometimes like you just don't have the fucking time to sit in your room with all the doors and windows shut. For
yeah.
it's nice to have little tricks and tips you can kind of take with you to be like mindfulness on the go, and it
Yeah.
kind of gets you in the habit of doing it.
Oh yeah. And I never really thought about my meditation as a part of mindfulness. I know that it is, and I talk about it a lot with like within counseling, because we talk about mindfulness not in a like witchcraft sense, of course, but in just a mental health kind of way.
Sure.
And I kind of viewed them as two separate things, because when you're meditating, I'm like, sometimes you go other places, your mind
Yeah, it's
goes
a
other
bit
places,
spiritual.
and sometimes you are just focusing on your breath and trying to stay there in the moment. However, they're both hand in hand, and I think that uh, just beachcombing, just walking along and being mindful and seeing the pretty shells and not necessarily needing to pick it up and touch it or do anything, and just kind of hearing the ocean and just being
Mhm.
there, that moment, with no real time restraint, no real concept of things you need to do. Just you are there on the beach that moment,
Yeah.
is sort of a meditational act in itself. But some things that you can keep an eye out for while you're doing this meditational beachcombing: seashells, driftwood, seaweed, crab shells. Listen, shark's teeth. Have you ever just found a shark's tooth?
No, but I found a human tooth once.
Yeah, okay, I remember that. Jesus Christ. Hagstones, sea glass, and even the sand itself can be used.
Mhm.
Now, I am in this, way I'm talking about things that you can use while you are still there at the beach. Because you can take this time to make an altar at the edge of the ocean, which is something I'm going to
Cute as
do
shit.
while we are there,
Let's do it. Yeah.
you can use what you find on the beach, and you can even make like a wand out of driftwood if you'd like, because it's already fallen wood.
Mhm.
You know, you're just sort of you can use this as a wand. And I love the idea of setting up just a little altar with shells, and maybe we could bring some healthy biodegradable offerings. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
saying a lot in this episode. I'm sorry. A lot of it is just sort of off the top of the dome.
Yeah, just kind of thinking.
Just
Here,
kind of
I'm so
thinking.
sorry. Let me pee.
I knew you were going to pee a
Shut
million
up.
times because you are double fisting your drink.
I know.
Dude, sorry. I'm watching the video for Cake by the Ocean and it sucks.
Oh, you mean the chain smokers one?
Okay, I was wrong. It's DNCE, which
I don't
looking at it written out, I realize now just says
dance.
dance. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've never quite put that together. But I sent the video because you have to sit through this 41-second opener and watch the fucking video at your leisure, but you have to do it. Okay.
Hold me accountable. I'll do it.
I will do. Okay. Anyway, so the idea of making this little altar at the edge of the ocean was just some seashells. Maybe we could bring some biodegradable offerings.
Yeah, I love it, and we can maintain it each day.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully somebody doesn't come along and get scared.
I doubt it. It's a private beach, and it's not usually that crowded at all. So I bet we could get away with it.
Well, I'm also excited because last time we went, of course, we were well into witchcraft and already doing the podcast and stuff. However, we did not make that much of a spiritual journey out of it.
No, at all.
You know, I think it was very individually spiritual for us, you know, especially out there chest bumping
the sea. Yeah, the ocean.
However, I think that this time around, we could maybe just kind of coven up a little bit, you, me, and Lyra, and really pay our respects to the ocean and just have a time with her. And
Beltane's going on when we're there.
Yeah, Beltane is going to be happening. I also think that we need to do some beach meditation daytime. I am going to take a moon bath by the ocean and kind of...
I want to do some serious night shit. And I don't usually want to do night shit, but I want to do some night beaching.
Well, night by the ocean is so different because it's not like night in a forest. Night in a forest is like...
You get light still. Yeah.
You get the light. You can still see. It's otherworldly beauty, though. The reflection of the moon and just the sounds and how quiet it is. And it still carries this element of like beachy daytimeness because... just like I guess of what you associate it with, but man, I can't wait to do that and to really listen to what the ocean has to say, because I feel almost like we just didn't listen that much last time.
Well, and neither of us had been to the beach in
so long,
5+ years. I feel like, or and so it was the novelty of the beach overshadowed the benefit of it. I feel like, and now after 2020, we need it, we need the spiritual side this time.
Yeah.
Also, it cracks me up that it's just as normal as possible and unquestioned that Lyra is coming to our family vacation. I love it. It's just like, of course she's coming. Like,
oh, fuck yeah, we're witches at the ocean.
I can't wait. Yeah. And it wasn't even like a question for my aunt. Lyra is like her second daughter. And so she was just like, well, be sure to tell Lyra she's coming. And I was just like, oh, fucking bet. All right. Like,
Be sure. Let's see. Okay, so you can take another little sea witchery 101 beginner sea witch, baby witch. What's something that's a baby turtle sea witch?
Sure.
I'm trying to weave baby and sea witch and baby witch into each other. It's not
turtle is the logical jump to go.
Turtle. Well, the little baby turtles that. Okay, roe. You're a piece of roe. You're salmon roe.
You're a little leg, little gross little leg. Okay,
roe witch. Take some time to get to know the inhabitants of the ocean, and bonus points if it's like local to the actual part of the ocean or the beach that you're at. But this can take many forms. You can do this in a conservation type study. You can get to know the endangered animals of the sea. This can be an act of fear, like facing your fear, maybe even some shadow work. You could look up info on deep sea creatures or sharks. I know myself, this may sound silly, but I have a hard time even looking at photos of sharks and sometimes like deep sea creatures.
Sharks don't bother me in the slightest.
Well, I know
which
that
is
they,
weird, but they don't. Like,
yeah,
I
I
don't wanna see
figured,
one. If I'm shin deep and a bull shark is, like, there,
yeah,
I'm fucking terrified, you
yeah.
know? But, like, the images of, like, the scary fucking great whites with their eyes all rolled back, hurtling out of the ocean, like,
Thanks, Mace.
I just find it at the it's just raw fucking power, and I can't help but be like, "That's badass."
I mean, I have an intense respect. And don't get me wrong, I understand that sharks are important. I am in no way one of those persons that's like, let's kill the sharks. I understand that they have a very important place. Protect them. I'm all for it. I know that they are nowhere near as you know, human hungry as we want to paint them. I know all the facts. Like I know it. I still will flip a book open, and if it's a picture of a shark, I have a bit of a reaction. I don't know
It's
why.
primal, I
You
think.
know?
Would you go
Yeah.
shark caging?
I might actually.
I think I would. The biggest fear for me wouldn't be the sharks, it's the cage suspended in open water, and if that cage snapped, I'm fucked. Like, I don't even care about the sharks. It's the fact of being trapped in a cage, suspended in ocean. But if it's like in an aquarium, because sometimes you can do that at, like, aquariums, it's
Yeah.
mainly the fear of the cage, not the sharks, if that may I don't like being confined.
Did you see that terrible movie, 48 Meters Down?
I didn't because I knew what it was about, and
Yeah.
I won't go there. Like, that would I just can't go there. It's like open water. I
Yeah.
watched it when I was, like, 12
Oh
for
yeah.
some reason, and I never wanna do that again because those are my mom's favorite kind of movies or
Yeah.
psychological thrillers, and I
Yeah.
just hate them.
Dude. Well, if it makes you feel better, 48 Meters Down fucking sucked.
Did it?
Sorry.
Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't miss anything.
47. Or what was the number I said I would always 40 28 days,
48 days
48
later.
days, 48, so it's 48 meters down. It's sorry if you're a 48 meters down stan. That's just my personal opinion. It was still a good time. Like I still enjoy a
Mhm.
flick. A flick is a flick, dude, and
A
it
flick,
was a
sure.
it's a flick, and you pass some time. But I just I listen. I could talk about it. I've got feelings, but it can be an act of fear facing, looking up deep sea creatures or sharks. It can even tap into like mythological or cryptid knowledge. You can learn about the mer people or the undine or the water nymphs and
Yeah,
how to
selkies.
partner with them or their energy in your practice. Selkies, every time I read it, I think of the chicken. You're like like the chickens, and
Oh, selkies?
I
Yeah.
just think of like underwater, your chickens, but underwater.
Scary, yeah, beach chickens that shed their skin, yeah.
So creating an art piece in the sand and letting it be washed away can be seen as either an act of an offering. I saw someone say that they make like beautiful pictures in the sand to kind of give it to the ocean, and that was their offering because you need to be careful with your offerings to the ocean, and we'll get into it. But it can be seen as a banishing spell, so something that you want gone should be depicted, maybe somebody's name, whatever you're
Mhm.
trying to banish. You can like write it in and then see the sea kind of take it for you, and they
Okay.
they do away with it into whatever that 95% of the ocean we don't know about does, and something
Mhm,
can eat it down there. That's
mhm.
what Julia lives off of, is the banished uh memories of things that you've tried to get rid of in your life.
Did you say you write it in the sand?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
write it in the sand. Or it can be seen as a meditation, just making a big ass dude. If you mean Lyra, I think it would be cool if we just each got like a stick while we were out there and just made like a big mandala or something
Yeah,
in the
big
sand.
sand design, hell
And we
yeah.
can all three work on it. And that's, I believe, what I saw someone say they do for offering is they make like a mandala and then they let the
Let
tide
the
come in and
ocean
take
just
it.
yeah.
But if you work with the elements, you can find all four at the sea. We've got water, obvious, earth, obvious, air, obvious, and sun is fire.
Hell yeah, it is, man. It will cook your shit.
Oh, your shit will be cooked. And as far as spirit goes, the ocean is not running short on ghosties or deities at all.
No.
So, back on the offerings to bring those ghosties or deities, it's especially important when you leave something at or in the ocean or even near the ocean that it is eco friendly.
Yes.
Something organic, like herbs or flowers, especially if they aren't naturally occurring in the area. I saw some people like to do a bit of rum, or some other kind of spirit, which I feel that really calls to me for some
I
reason.
think it does to me. I think of like Davy Jones and like
Yeah,
the past of like the rum's presence in the sea. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. That makes sense to me.
absolutely. And water safe stones, think the quartz fam, so citrine, amethyst, I feel like would be a really appropriate gift for the ocean, or just a clear quartz. But no matter what, the number one thing that you can do that is witchy while at the beach is much like any kind of camping trip or trip to the forest. Leave it better than you found it.
Big time. Yeah,
Pick up
absolutely.
some trash.
Yeah.
Pick up something that somebody left there, and certainly don't leave any of your own.
Yeah, mine is, and you don't see it too much at like the beach, but you do on like jetties and also just rivers and is fishing line.
Yeah.
Nothing makes me fucking angrier
Did you
than
watch that documentary?
which one?
I forget the name of it. I wish I had it so I could actually share it with you guys, but it's been out for a while now on Netflix, so I think it's probably old hat by now. But it's about the ocean. They talk about the ocean and what's really polluting it, and fishing line and fishing nets
Nets.
from
God,
fishers.
nets are such a big fucking problem.
They were talking about how, in comparison, remember when everybody went crazy about straws and nobody
Yes.
wanted to use straws anymore? They were
Yeah.
talking about how, compared to straws, it's nothing. Or
Yeah.
it makes the straws look like nothing.
I
There's so much pollution from those nets
And
and
there's just
line and
so
shit.
I gotta brag on Hunter just a little bit because I just thought this was very sweet. Because he is a fisherman, he's a lover of the water, and there's kind of like two types of fishermen. There's the ones that care and then the ones that don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And he was talking because he had to go to Bass Pro the other day because he needed like hooks and rigging, and he has so many. He has so much tackle and like all of this shit. And he always like takes care of it. And he's like one of those to where like even if he doesn't like shoot guns hardly ever, and he still oils them on a schedule and all of his
Yeah.
tools, or he's one of those people,
He takes care of
he
his
takes
thing.
care of things. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, why do you need more shit? And then he started talking to me. He was like, well, you need certain hooks because like if you want them to rust out. And he was like, so if we go to the ocean and there's this big fucking fish we catch when we're out on the jetties and it beats me and it's going to have a hook in its mouth for the rest of its life. Like I want to make sure I can get hooks that these are going to rust away and eventually he can have like a healed mouth again. And he was like talking about it all and whatnot. And I was like, well, that's nice. That made
That
me
is
happy.
nice.
I would have never thought
Yeah.
about it, but he was just like, there's things you can do to make the experience better.
Yeah.
For them. And if, they take your lure or whatnot, it can rust away and then hopefully
Yeah.
soon they'll be normal again.
Yeah. And hopefully exactly. That's so sweet. And I love when people have that respect for something that they do because, by all rights, and of course, they're not doing it on a massive scale. And that's what's really causing the issue is like
Right.
massive, but by all rights, most of the time when we go fishing these days, just as, people, we're not really doing it for sustenance. Y'all do. I mean, y'all have fish.
Yeah.
But it's not a necessity of,
no. Yeah, it's a choice.
Feeding yourself. You're choosing, to do that. And then when I go fishing, I just strictly catch and release, and I'm just there to have a good time or whatever. But so by all rights, it's not anything that we need to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're doing it anyway, like so many other things, if you're going to do it right. If you're going to do a thing, do it right.
Mm-hmm.
As said by Daryl Dixon. So correspond the dude, this monster, this episode is gonna be a fucking monster, I can tell already. All right, so correspondences. Water itself represents abundance, and many people, when they think of ocean water, they think of the ocean. That's the first thing that springs to mind is abundance, because what's the most abundant thing on our planet? It's probably ocean water, right? Ocean water is one of the most potent cleansers to be found. And you can find the correspondences of water as well as salt in salt water, obviously. So we're talking emotional depths, we're talking cleansing, and we've already touched on that. But when we see calm seas, we tend to think of water as very slow and very emotion based. And it is, and it can be. But there is also the prospect of discovery and adventure, something that connects all places on Earth. Back to the kind of giving rum and why that makes sense to me is, I think the ocean is very kind of slow and deep and stuff, but it also makes me think of just exploration and the
Great
changing,
unknown.
sailing into something new and all of that stuff. And that's kind of the feeling, that's the vibe I get when I go to the ocean. And I also have done that thing where you just sit on the beach and you kind of look out into the water and you think like, dude, if I just keep going this way, I'm going to hit a whole other ass place.
Yes, you'll hit something.
And the water, it's like the water that my feet are in right now. It's the same water that somebody's feet in, South Korea is in, it's like, that kind of stuff gets to me sometimes in a really good way.
Yeah.
So shells, the correspondences with the seashells, they are great in spells of protection, and certain shells, so think like the saucy, the sexy oyster, are good for spells of love, for I feel pretty obvious reasons. Sand from the sea can be used to cast circles. And of course, I'm talking about while you're actually there, you can use the sand to cast your circle. If you're lucky enough to find sea glass or a hagstone, then you have been blessed.
I want to find a hagstone. Well, both, but I really want to find a hagstone. I've never been able to find anything sea glassy in Galveston.
We will this time. I'm saying it now. I'm manifesting it. Then you have, if you find those things, then you have been blessed by the ocean deities themselves. The sea glass represents a time of change, while the hagstone speaks to other realms. We have done episodes. The sea glass episode, if you're interested in that, is episode 109, and the hagstone. Look at me in the research.
I'm impressed.
Hagstone episode is episode 99. So, to call upon a deity, or to perhaps be chosen by one of the sea gods. The entities, the deities by name that we're looking at are just a few: Poseidon, Neptune, Triton, Ocean, Ymir, Danu, Sobek, Tefnut, and Lear, just to name.
Tefnut?
Tefnut. Tefnut.
Okay. I needed to circle back to that and check.
Here's how you want to hear how Google talks about Tefnut. Is a deity of moisture.
Oh, you need it. We love it.
Moist air, dew, and rain in ancient Egyptian religion. She is the sister of the air god. Oh, that's cool. And she's the mother of Geb and Nut. Wow, Geb and Nut are like, oh, geez.
A big deal. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I guess that would make sense. Like the ocean would be one of your major gods. Anyway,
so she sounds like she's all up in like humidity, which I love. I'm a big ass fan of humidity, so I'm here for her. Yeah. It makes my hair pretty.
Okay. Oh, dude, I'm so ready for beach hair.
I know. And my hair is so much longer than it was last time.
And my hair's so much shorter.
It's just it'll be cute. I'm ready.
Oh, we're going to be adorable. One thing I saw a few times from various sources, and it made me shoot back to the fucking spooky sode and those ocean sounds. But apparently there's a whole belief that whales, and I've heard this, but I feel like it's just sat in the back of my mind and I'm not really paid much attention. But there's a whole belief around whales not being of this planet, that they are here to help guide humanity in some way. And I think I just about believe that. It also makes me think
I put them in the same class as elephants.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I don't think elephants are from this planet. I think they're the souls of humans. But yeah. It made me think of that No Sleep episode. Do you remember where the woman went to another planet?
Yeah, I think that was that No Sleep, or was that the New Decay?
The New Decay. I think that was a New Decay episode. Yeah. There's talk of the sea calling to people, and kind of like Hunter, I guess, sort of calls them home. But the sea has a call, and much like the moon also calls to certain people. And we hear that a lot. And because of the tie of the moon and the sea being so close, I get that. And there's this, you can become a sea witch. Like, you can work with the sea, you can do that. But you can also just sort of be born a natural sea witch.
Yeah.
Hunter, for example.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, you were like, Hunter's a sea witch. He doesn't know it, but he is.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like, he's the one who's casually been like, oh, I have like, he doesn't call them past life, like regressions, but he has like memories of
yeah.
like all of these lifetimes of being on the sea as like a
Yeah.
subsistence fisherman or like a
Yeah.
guide, or, you know, it's just like, yeah, bro, like that's your incarnation path.
That's
like
his
every
thing,
single
man.
time. Yeah.
And maybe that's why it calls back so hard, is because
Mm.
in this reincarnation, he's not on the sea. He's close to it, but he's not like
Yeah.
on the sea
On
all
it.
the time. So it's
Yeah.
like just sort of like come back. And I
Mhm.
also wanted to touch on this, dude. I think your mother is a natural born sea witch
I
as
think
well.
so too. Yeah, big time.
She
Yeah.
has always been about the beach, you know,
Mhm.
and it's more than just like, hey, let's go have a vacay, because vacays are always
It
fun.
like she thinks about it all the time.
Yeah. And that's just the place that I think if she could just be like, this is where I will be now, that's just where she
Yeah.
would be.
Oh, she
So I like this, that we have a couple of just natural born sea witches
Mhm.
in the fam. I am not one, I don't think. I think I would be more like water inclined, because I do love working with water. I'm just not on that same level that they are.
It's not natural.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just not natural. Like I appreciate it. I love to go. I love to visit. I love to pay respect.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hit me like the forest does, you know, to where it's like that is natural to me.
Yeah. I feel you on that. So, like I've said a few times in this episode, I put it over on Facebook and I said something about calling all sea witches. And I thought there would be like maybe 4 people
There was
be
a
like,
lot.
I'm a sea witch, but there was a
Mhm.
lot. So instead of being able to read everyone's comments, which I would like to do, I busted out those magical, what'd you call it? What, I can never remember now.
Electric dice.
Electric die, and did sort of a rando thing. So the first one I have, now I'm not going to read this entire comment, but I encourage everyone to go over and check it out. This is from Kate A, and it starts off in all caps. I have been waiting for this. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs that they wrote. So they've put a lot of work into this. Please go read it. However, I want to just take a couple of excerpts from it. So, past about 50 feet underwater, the oxygen in your lungs is under such pressure that it concentrates in your bloodstream faster, producing a mild high. And I believe this is also why you get the bends if you just like
That's what I was
jump back
wondering.
up to the
Yeah, come
surface.
back too quick.
Let's see. From a practical standpoint, plastic pollution in the ocean is a huge problem. So obviously bring a bag to pick up pieces of litter that you see, which is very important. Memorize the National Responses Center's phone number if you ever see a witness discharge oil from a vessel, or if you
Hell
need
yeah.
to report an oil sheen. These are very important things to do. Mostly get deep in your feelings about the great eternal mother the sea is. All life on earth came from her. She is going to be washing the shores for so long after any of our concerns are resolved, which was phrased beautifully.
I love that's very comforting to me.
Yeah. It's that same vein. It's that same underlying, like, wrapped up thought that I think all the time is, in 100 years we'll all be dead, you know, and she's going to be washing the shores for so long after any of our concerns are resolved. And then they also added the lyrics from one of their favorite songs. This is Dar Williams' The Ocean. It's where we came from, you know, and sometimes I just want to go back.
I love that.
Which is giving me, again, severe, like, Terry and Hunter vibes. Brittany H says, embrace the high and low tides in your life and in your practice. There's ebbs and flows. Listen to the ocean. She has great wisdom to share. Nicole E says, the ocean/beach is the ultimate cleanser. With the inherent salt in both the water and the sand, sitting on the beach and either just watching or even letting the waves wash over you is purifying. Dude, that's all I'm going to do for 4 days.
Roll around and exfoliate in the sand and then go run off in the ocean and then do it again.
Can we talk about how excited I am to walk in the sand and get my feet nice and exfoliated?
Dude, mine need it. Mine need it so bad. I don't even want to talk about it.
Allison H. Yeah, it's like the science. One day the scientists are going to come out and be like, we've discovered that 95% of sand is feet skin. Yeah. Gross. Allison H says, I feel like the ocean helps me with anger management. Most people think of it for sorrow and to carry away your tears. And while this is also true, I feel like there isn't much we can turn to for rage. The ocean can be so fierce, but you can never match it. If you yell and scream and throw rocks in it, it all just takes it and mutes it. And
kind of, drowns you out too. You can yell as loud as you want at a beach and someone can be 30 feet away, well, a little longer than that, but like 100 yards away and they won't hear you.
Yeah. You'll just hear the ocean crashing. Yeah. If you, it says, it takes everything. It can take everything. Yeah. I know the earth can too, and fire can burn things, and wind is so cleansing, but water is just different, especially the ocean. It can hold it all.
It will leave no trace.
Oh, dude. Gone. Swallows you up. Misty N says, make sure to check that precious animals aren't still living there before you take something home. And I know this sucks, but don't take the sand. The sand is a very important part of the ecosystem, and even taking just the tiniest bit can have an effect. Stay off the sand dunes, please. And always. I
think that's what they're called, sand dunes.
Yeah, the ones that you don't want to fuck with.
With the little plants.
Yeah, and they always put the little bridge over them, which I, for a long time, assumed I was, and I know most like big hotels and stuff, they do this for your convenience to walk over them, but they also do it so you do not fuck with the sand dunes.
Absolutely.
And they say, let's see, Misty also says always, and this is very, very important, thank the ocean for the blessings that she gave you.
Yeah, we didn't do that last time.
Yeah, I know. Brandy C says, when the sea calls to your soul, listen. Jenny C, who is the woman behind Obsidian Siren, who made those bomb fucking dresses.
Yeah, I have mad seamstress envy of her.
Dude, I can't understand how people sew. No. But she says, treat the sea with the utmost respect, as it can be a fickle mistress.
Yes.
Calm and soothing one moment, knocking you on your ass the next. Tides can change so quickly, so be safe and find out about the tides in an unknown area. Yeah, people have fucking died, dude.
Yeah, Hunter almost got killed in a riptide when he was a wee child.
Well, so did you, apparently.
No, not me.
I thought you said you went out and got sucked under or something.
No, I was always terrified of it. I learned when I was little about the undertow, and it scared me shitless. But Hunter, he got like yanked under by a riptide, and when he was finally able to come back up, he was like 200 yards away.
Yeah,
like
dude.
Out deep into the ocean. You know, he had no control over it.
It's such a humbling experience, something like that. Of course, if you don't die. Because you are in the same vein of something that someone said, you're nothing to the ocean. Nothing. And I'm not saying it doesn't care for you, because I think there is like care. I think the ocean cares for its inhabitants so much. I just feel that. I get that vibe. But you are nothing compared to the ocean.
You're not an inhabitant either, you know?
No,
like
no.
You're a guest.
You're the alien in this scenario.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it gives me vibes of when you go and talk to like an ancient big fuck off tree.
Yeah.
It's like in their experience of the world, you were a fly that landed on them for 5 seconds. And
they have seen so many of you.
They didn't even, there wasn't even enough time for it to probably hear everything you said before you walked off. And it was just like,
before you died.
Yeah, exactly. Your entire life passes and they go, oh, look at that fly. Darcy P says, I'm keen on asking the beach. I love that. I'm keen on asking the beach for permission before I take anything home, as I would if I were pruning an herb. Leaving the beach cleaner than you found it. I love that. You pointed that
absolutely.
out. Thank you. Now, this is something that, Macy, you might know about. I don't know what this is, but Darcy says, watch for the green flash at sunset. It's real, and I will fight anyone who says otherwise.
I don't know about that. Like in the sky? I've heard of the green flash before,
I've heard it
but
too,
I don't know what it is. Yeah. Is it just a flash on the horizon real quick?
Well, see, they capitalized the green flat, like the first letters. And I guess it's something
to look
specific.
into that.
Yeah, dude. And we'll look for it and we'll report.
We'll have to watch for the green flash.
Oh, man, dude. So my father, a lifelong surfer, always told me never turn your back on the ocean. Surf lore is rich with
Oh, I
ritual
bet.
and reference. Oh.
Yeah.
And lastly, we round out with Lauren M., who says, I'm yet to find a better way to cleanse than standing in salt water. And my favorite part of this quote here is Lauren says, nothing quite as cathartic as crying in the ocean either.
Oh, I
And
bet.
I feel like if you ever just see me standing in the ocean weeping, just leave me alone. Leave me to
Oh,
it.
I would leave you be. Yeah, you're
Leave me
having a
be for a
moment.
second, you know, and don't ask me if I'm okay.
No,
Don't
you
break.
are. You're getting it
Don't.
out.
And to wrap up this entire, much longer than I thought it was going to be topic, I have a quote. And this comes from the sea witch herself, Ursula. And she says, fortunately, I know a little magic. That's my Ursula.
Fucking Ursula. I'm gonna go pee.
I was watching the music video for Cake by the Ocean again.
And
I
I'm
wanna-
gonna chew your way through it as I pee.
Yes, yeah. Every time you take a pee break, I'm going to watch a little bit more of Cake by the Ocean. And I think this is how slow on the uptake I can be. I want to say naive about things that I can be. It's ass, Cake by the Ocean. I just put that together. Also,
I would bet.
in the music video, there's some plus size girls just rocking bikinis, and I'm about
Hell
that.
yeah.
So I take back everything I said.
Oh, wow.
You know
Quick
what?
180.
Take it back. Cake by the Ocean is kind of a banger. Fight me.
Okay.
Okay. Lead singer is one of the Jonas Brothers. So
Which one?
the one with the eyebrows.
That's not helpful.
Fuck off. Well, hold on. Now I will not be satisfied until I can tell.
The one with the eyebrow. They all have what?
Joe Jonas.
Oh, the older one. Okay.
Eyebrows.
Or was
if you
Kevin the
have
older
them.
one? Okay. Yeah.
I don't
Joe.
know.
I thought he was the cutest of all three.
Joe Jonas.
Yeah.
Well, he says effing crazy in this song.
Oh. Hold my Disney.
Macy, does the song Cake by the Ocean interfere with your happiness?
Thankfully, Charlie, it doesn't. But you know what? If it did, I'm so glad that there's a service like BetterHelp.
BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional counselor that you can start talking to in under 24 hours.
It's super easy. You hop on, you kind of take a little bit of like a quiz type thing so they can figure out who to pair you with. And once you're paired up, you can get to texting, chatting, emailing, calling, any one of your favorite preferred methods that keep you from having to sit in a terrible, terrible waiting room.
They're so committed to helping you find the therapist for you. So if you're not jiving, you can feel free to change your counselor at any time. I've done it.
And the beauty is that pretty much anything that you're wanting to discuss or delve into, you can, because this is worldwide and there are counselors that can communicate to you about your specific needs, which you might not find in like a small town to where the specialties are a bit more limited.
Yeah, you go in and you're like, I have anxiety. And they're like, what's that?
We call that hysteria around here.
You mean the woman's sickness?
Yeah.
But they can help you with issues such as, but not limited to, depression,
stress,
anxiety,
relationships,
sleeping,
family conflicts,
trauma,
LGBT plus matters,
anger,
grief,
self-esteem,
and more.
Everything that you share is totally and completely confidential, as a therapist should be. And it's affordable, oftentimes more affordable than your traditional in-person counseling sessions.
And speaking of affordable beans, listeners of the WBAH podcast can get 10% off their first month of BetterHelp by going to BetterHelp. That is HELP.com/witch to get 10% off their first month.
Join over 800,000 people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that is BetterHelp, HELP.com/witch.
That's it. That's the one.
Talk to me about the chili pepper.
I also just realized I did tomatoes not that long ago, so I too am building a salsa with my comics.
The next one's gonna be like onion, just
Yeah,
onion.
yeah, just onion. So I kind of have a range going on here. I talked to you about the plant itself, some history there, and then of course the metaphysical. Peppers are very interesting. They're very interesting plants. So the chili pepper, which does kind of include multiple species. There's not just like a chili pepper. It's a family.
It's a family tradition.
So it's a fruit. It's the fruit of plants in the genus Capsicum, and they're in the nightshade family. I didn't know that.
Neither did I, did.
I had no clue. They're the nightshade family, Solanaceae.
Oh, wolf peach.
Wolf peach. So as many know already, the substance that gives them the hot, the intensity, the spice is capsaicin, which it's not just the mouth. It's if you get it on your skin, if you get it in your fucking eyeballs, it burns. And I'll get to why that is here in a little bit. So it seems that chilies, the first ancestors of chilies, are from Mexico, particularly central Mexico. And pretty much then following completely uninvited forced colonization, pillaging, pestilence, pretty much everything that makes
You never
Christopher
asked for.
Columbus, a steaming pile of shit. The peppers then made their way around the world because things were sent back to and like after colonizing and whatnot. So they were called peppers.
These are my peppers now.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
So they were called peppers by the Spanish because at that time they were familiar with black peppercorns. And, there's a spice there. And so they're like, well, these are spicy. They're peppers. So that's kind of where the name came from. So it's a pretty popular ingredient in traditional or folk medicines, particularly indigenous medicines from the original kind of location or the locations it spread to thereafter, like Peru and whatnot. And it always finds its way into food.
Oh,
always.
yeah.
If it's there, it's in food. Humans consume peppers. Like it's just, they just do.
You ever had that chocolate with the pepper in it?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Yeah. It makes me think of chocolat, how like, she lived with the Maya and they would drink, and it's like she serves it in the movie, and like it's this thick homemade like actual like, oh my, and because she runs like a chocolate shop, and it has like the chili in it, and she like pours this incredibly thick hot chocolate,
like drinking chocolate.
Yeah, and it lives like rent free in my head, that scene of her pouring that delicious hot chocolate.
Oh.
So capsicum fruits, so the peppers, the chili peppers, have been ingrained in human diet for so long, to the tune of 7,500 BC. Good long time. Right. And is one of the oldest cultivated crops in the Americas. So the origins of the cultivation of chili peppers traces back to, according to Wikipedia, East Central Mexico, some 6,000 years ago. So this is when they were actually being cultivated. They were being managed. And they were this is kind of what gives them a little bit of an edge here. They were one of the first self-pollinating crops cultivated in Mexico and then Central America and then parts of South America. This would have been a really nice feature, back in the day when like, native peoples can't just like fucking jump in their whip and go to like Trader Joe's, like you can't do that, So like having this crop that like, even if it's just alone by itself in a field, will continue to multiply. That's nice. So here, I'm going to explain how self-pollination works. And this is pretty much verbatim from homeguides.sfgate.com. But it breaks it down in a way that I couldn't do. So Here we go. So the way that like self-pollination works is that instead of the plant producing these big ass beautiful flowers which entice pollinators, the plants produce much smaller little flowers that are already set up to have both male and female reproductive parts within them. So another thing with the smaller flowers is that it doesn't use quite as much energy. So apparently producing very large, big, smelly, wonderful flowers uses a lot of the plant's energy, but this doesn't really have to do that. So it makes these smaller flowers because it's not needing to entice or let like a little bumblebee inside to roll around in there.
Oh.
Um, it's much smaller. So in general, self-pollinating plants have kind of perfect flowers. They got everything they need. They house both of the, again, male female parts. And as pollen accumulates on the male anthers, these grains must adhere to the female stigma for successful fertilization. So through wind or just kind of movement of the plant, the pollen forms and this is very scientific, as a germinating tube to the flower's ovule for seed production.
Oh.
So really just shaking them around a little bit will cause the pollen to fall where it needs to and allow for the process to start, the reproductive process. So the flower eventually will wilt and it creates a seed or a pod for the dispersal of the seeds. And this reproductive strategy, the self-pollination strategy, makes it so that it can spread anywhere pretty much without the need of insects, without the need of another plant, like how you were talking with your tomatillo plant that didn't keep spreading for you. It doesn't need that shit. It's just, she only needs herself. She needs no man.
What a bad bitch.
Yeah. So she's going to pollinate no matter what. So this is a really nice feature. This is convenient. This is good. But they can still benefit from our pollinator friends, and they can allow for cross-pollination. So that will kind of diversify these species. And it's also why you hear if you plant like sweet peppers next to hot peppers, that the sweet peppers might have a little bit of spice and the hot peppers, maybe they're cooled down. So that can happen.
I always feel like such a scientist. Like, I feel like I really genetically modified these plants.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I made a whole brand new creation.
This has never happened.
Yeah. So the spread of chili peppers to Asia was done via Portuguese. God, why can't I say that word? Portuguese traders who they kind of promoted it on Asian spice trade routes at the time. And then it was introduced by the Portuguese to India by the end of the 15th century. So peppers are really prominent in Asian cuisine, and like they go fucking hard on the spice over there. Like they don't mess around with the use of chilies. Like you're in it to win it. Oh. So there are 5 domesticated species of chilies, but under those 5 species are a shitload of varieties. So you have all of these different kinds. I mean, if you just like look up pepper seeds, you're in it for a day. Like there's so many. And many are still being created. For instance, like, the infamous Carolina Reaper. So, which we'll get to, and it's amazing. So when peppers are consumed by mammals, such as humans, animals, whatever, and the capsaicin, it binds to the pain receptors that we have in our mouth and our throat.
Love it.
Which evokes pain. And like spinal relays to the brain are like, whoa, man, like this is kind of uncomfortable, like what's up with this sensation?
Then why do I love it?
Well, so the intensity of this heat of chili peppers. So these, as many know, are measured in Scoville heat units, or Scovilles, or abbreviated as SHU. So I thought this was really interesting. This is directly from Wiki, by the way. So historically, it was measured. So the way that it used to be. So I've wondered before, they'll be like, this has like 2 million Scovilles, and it's like, yeah, but what does that mean?
It's like the stress units from Always Sunny. No one ever explains what it's just. You have 9,000 stress units.
Oh my God. Yeah, and I've always heard that and be like, is that just like, are you just taking that and running with it? Like
Sure.
8,000 Scoville units. Like, what? So
And this one's hotter, so it must have 9,000.
So apparently there's actual shit there. There's science there. So historically, like kind of back in the day, it was a measure of like the dilution of an amount of chili extract added to a sugar syrup before the heat becomes undetectable to a taste panel. So the more it had to be diluted, the higher the Scoville count. So that means it was spicy as fuck and it needed more more dilution.
How
So
would you
it
like
was
to be on that panel, though?
I
You just
would
have to test it out and be like, I killed my tongue.
Yeah. So the new modern method is a bit more exact or a bit, more scientific, I guess, than a panel of people being like, well, that's just not spicy anymore. 80 Scoville units.
Yeah.
So the new method is they use high performance liquid chromatography to measure the capsaicinoid content of a chili variety. So pure capsaicin, it's a hydrophobic, colorless, odorless, and crystalline to waxy solid at room temperature, and it measures in its pure form 16 million Scoville units. It's a lot. That's super fucking intense. So pure capsaicin will melt your face off. Like,
Isn't the hottest thing only like 2 million or something? Like,
well, surpass that now.
oh,
But yeah, like we're in the lower single digit millions.
but nowhere near 16 million.
God no.
Oh,
So
that
that's
makes
really
me feel so much worse for that waiter who got it in his eye.
I know that poor dude. He was a good waiter too. I
He was
felt
so
bad for
sweet.
him.
Oh man.
So they're interesting. Like, or that makes what makes peppers interesting is that they do not wilt or cower in the face of adversity. Because essentially, the more stressed out the plant is, whether the water, it's like if you want really hot peppers, you can kind of, as they're fruiting, or you can reduce the water a little bit. And so like things like shortage of water, if they have some pest issues or fungal issues, it makes the capsaicin more intense.
Damn.
So they make themselves spicier to protect the seeds. It's kind of like okay, well, the last thing we've got going for us, if we're kind of sick, we need to make sure these seeds spread. So let's make these peppers so fucking hot that no little deer or cow is going to come by and eat all of these seeds. Like, doesn't need to happen.
It's like the fiery, I think everyone knows like a little fiery person that just like when somebody, is they're threatened, they're just kind of like, let's go,
It's even more, they're amplified.
Yeah.
So the US currently leads the world in the hottest pepper called Pepper X. And I know. I was like, man, what? So it was created by Ed Curry, who's the same mastermind behind the Carolina Reaper and many other hot, spicy pepper creations. He's been breeding peppers for a super duper long time. And
can we address that his last name is Curry?
I know. And I thought the same thing. I was like, well, that's cute. I like that. That's fortuitous. So he's based in South Carolina. And while not yet confirmed by the Guinness Book of Records in 2021, Pepper X is supposed to have a rating of 3.18 million Scovilles, which is so much more misery-inducing than the Carolina Reaper, which stands still quite strongly at 2.2 Scoville. So almost a million more Scoville units, whatever those are, hotter than the Carolina Reaper.
I can't wait for the YouTube videos.
I don't want it. I've seen like pepper eating competitions and I have mad respect for those people. There was one that came on Netflix and I don't remember what it was called. It was like a show about weird local competitions. Like the first one was about like the cheese roll and like the people roll around down the hill in England.
Yeah.
And one of them was on pepper eating contest and it had Ed Curry in it. And he was talking about the breeding of his peppers and whatnot. And it showed footage of these, and like for some of them, they were like, it's changed their life for the better, like it helped them get clean and it helped them get their life back on track because it's just like, that's a moment of sheer agony and focus and clarity all at the kind of the same time. And there's a whole community around it. Like they kind of travel from competition to, they always run into each other. You know, there's like this community of hot pepper eaters and competitors. And there's like a family there, which is nice.
I mean, that's cool. I love that. That's sweet. He's the curry guy. He's sweet. I think he was on Hot Ones and he was like teaching them about their the teaching about all this stuff. However, as much as I enjoy hot stuff, I have a limit, dude, and it is so far under what
Oh,
these
yeah, big
dudes
time.
do. I don't
Super.
understand because to me, one of the worst pains is eating something too hot.
I hate it.
So to multiply that by just a casual couple million, I can't
Yeah,
understand
no.
it.
I think I'd go into shock, and I don't say that lightly. Like, I think I might hyperventilate, and then
Yeah.
my body will go into
Oh
shock.
no, I would need the medics that are there. I would be that person that like ate one and then immediately threw up and then for 2 weeks was in the bathroom.
Yeah,
I
you burned
wouldn't.
all your sinus cavities out
Oh
and
yeah.
everything like that.
Fuck.
It's funny you mentioned Hot Ones. So
Oh.
little fun snippet, little fun fact for you. So Pepper X is it's in the kicker, the last kick. It's in the last dab sauce
Yeah.
on Hot Ones.
Oh.
So that's so shitty though too, because it's like you've made it all the way to the big one, the last wing, and then it's like, oh, but let's like put a little extra dab of pain on it, and it's just like fuck that.
It's a little extra fuck you.
Yeah,
Did you see
no way.
Tenacious D on Hot Ones?
Yes, I did,
love
and
it.
I loved it. I loved it so much. So while rushing your senses with pain, essentially a biological alarm, which some people looking at you like. Hunter does too. He loves spice. He will take raw fucking jalapenos and eat them raw, seeds and all, like a fucking cucumber. And I don't get it. I don't understand it, but he loves it, and
it's so fresh. It's
I
so fresh.
it would, I feel like burn all of my taste buds out, and then I would just have to grow new ones.
Ew.
But while doing that, while kind of rushing the senses and kind of that exhilaration that comes from eating them, there's some health benefits here, especially to capsaicin specifically. So some studies have shown that the ingestion of capsaicin can help with lowering bad cholesterol, or LDL, which is helpful. You want to keep that dude low.
Yeah, it just burns it out of your heart.
It's just gone. It flushes it out. Also, capsaicin, it looks to be able to boost the metabolic rate, which is always nice. And I mean, unless you're one of those people who already has a drastically fast metabolism and you can't gain weight.
Yeah.
But, for those that might have a slower metabolism or kind of a sluggish one, it can maybe help speed that up a little bit. Also, this was super interesting and it seemed counterintuitive to me, but I kind of get it too at the same time. So your taste buds and your gut may be kind of connected here, or more connected than you think. So you bite into a pepper and the capsaicin attaches to the pain receptor that then communicates to other cells. And that communication, it causes a nerve on your tongue to immediately tell your brain like, yo, this fucker's hot. So the same receptors can be found in your digestive tract. Oh. So when capsaicin enters your digestive tract and it attaches to a pain receptor, it creates a chemical called anandamide, which is shown to lead to less inflammation in the gut, which can be caused by conditions such as UC or Crohn's disease. So that was from penmedicine.org. I found that very, very interesting because I would think on face value, I have a relative that has Crohn's disease and spice can be quite inflammatory. However, I wonder if over time in gentle doses, if the release of that chemical can help over time. And I was just very surprised to see that it can help with inflammatory conditions, which you would think spice would be like rubbing fucking salt on a wound,
exactly,
that.
It's like when I think we learned recently, it's like cayenne pepper is good for sore throats or something. It's like, how does that work?
It's weird. Yeah. Huh. And circulation is also another benefit that it seems that the that capsaicin can help with. I just feel like it just immediately will dilate your veins.
Your blood just starts running around I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. I've got to get out of here. Gross. So, and again, I'm sure you want to be careful with that last one, like, or really any of the health benefits, because you can certainly overdo it with hot peppers with capsaicin, get things like stomach pain, stomach cramps, heartburn, fire shits, none of the things
God.
that you want, that aren't pleasant.
Yeah, dude, if you have like Crohn's or something, don't go out and just eat a bunch of pepper X, like
Yeah,
being like, this is a
please.
cure.
You might die.
Yeah.
So let's roll into the metaphys here. So associated with what element?
Fire.
Of course. So we've got some deities for you. One of them, one of the main ones that I saw was the Aztec goddess Chicomequatl. Chilies, they were seen as by the Maya and the Aztecs as a gift from the gods. So peppers were not shied away from. And they still are important to those cultures today. Like these are still, held beliefs. And
you get a gift from the gods, you fucking use it, dude.
yeah, so they were not, it wasn't like a shied away from thing. Like they were embraced. These peppers, like from the get-go, were regarded as being something important, something special. Also, there is the god Mars. Sure, makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it. He's chomping on peppers.
Sure. And Shango, which is a major deity in the Yoruba religion in southwest Nigeria, a global span of just a few of the deities. So,
and they all appreciate a pepper.
They do. They appreciate it, man. They want it. And so peppers can be used in so many ways in magic. It is so great. You can use them in so many ways, so many forms. And I learned some today that I'm so into. And one of them in particular, I can't wait to share with you. I'm super into it. So peppers can be used to ramp up a spell. So adding heat or intensity to it. Now, of course, it is kind of something that you were talking about the other day with cinnamon. This is not just something you want to throw into every spell. These are a highly regarded, very powerful thing. You just, the moment you touch it to your tongue, it's like, hey, I'm fucking serious. It's not like eating a sprig of mint. It's like its whole being means business. So you don't just need to like every spell you do be like, oh, here, let me just ratchet it up with some pepper, as a thoughtless additive.
That's the same attitude. It's like make it snappy.
Yeah, chop, So like many things we've discussed, they're on both sides of the coin when it comes to defensive and offensive magic, which I love that. I just love it. So chilies have long been used as an ingredient for hexing or cursing another. But at the same time, and pretty much for just as long, an excellent remedy for defense or breaking of such curses or hexes. So it's like it can only destroy itself. It's like the spell was made with peppers. You got to wipe it away with peppers.
It can only be done with the fire what was it? Whence it came from?
Yeah, the ring. Oh God, we haven't had a Lord of the. That's not true. We haven't had a Lord of the Rings reference in a while, but I think that's a lie.
Just this episode, we haven't.
Yeah. So if you feel that you have been cursed or hexed, you can cut and scatter chilies around your house. Be careful here, especially if you have small children or pets. Maybe scatter them outside the perimeter. And you can also, and I like this better, you can string several chilies together and hang them by your entryway to prevent any bad metaphysical riffraff from winning. And I love that. I think it's beautiful. I love that look to the string of like drying chilies. I just think it looks like a fun time.
For sure. And it reminds me of your mom's patio because she has the string lights that are little peppers. Little peppers. Yeah.
I love those. Huh. As you're crafting your spell, dude, I love this. I love this so much. I think it's great. So you're making your spell, right? This just makes me feel like I'm throwing this around lightly because I don't know another term that's like the less serious word, but like a very shamanistic feeling.
Oh, yeah.
I am not a shaman, but in case y'all didn't know,
you feel like a
Like Rafiki, like
Yeah.
actually very much so. Like, because here's the thing, like you can shake an intact but dried chili over your spell work so the seeds will rattle around inside of it and it will ignite the energy of the pepper itself and heat up the spell and kind of amplify the work that you're doing by shaking this rattling dried pepper over your current spell, which I think is so cool.
That is so
I can't
cool, and
stand it.
it feels like it just makes sense.
Makes sense to me. It
Yeah.
did me too. I was like, well, holy shit. And like one of the things I was thinking of is so like when I do home protection magic, and like a big one, like a
Mhm.
property one,
Mhm.
I wind up usually making several laps around the house. And
Mhm.
each lap, as I'm walking and speaking and like setting what I want to do, and we have a path that walks around the house, it's like beaten in at this point. Like you can actually see it. Uh, one of the layers I would love to just shake up, like walk around it, and while continuing on the layering of protection, like shake that pepper as I'm
Yeah.
walking. And I
Yeah.
was just like, oh my God, that sounds effective as hell.
And you're just like you're encircling your property with like a ring of fire.
Yeah. And I just really, that one spoke to me big time. I've never thought about doing
Well,
it or heard about it, but I'm in it.
it's also there's like an element of sound protection there, which I
Mhm.
know that we're both very, in different ways, I think we're very into. I've been really drawn to the bell recently.
I keep meaning to get a bell.
I
They make so much sense to me.
yeah, and it just feels sort of like because sometimes when I use smoke or I use sprays or other forms of protection, I kind of feel like there's little nooks and crannies that you could
Yeah.
hang out in.
Yeah. Yes, 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 yes.
But I'm like, sound you can't get away from, bitch. So
No.
that like shake, that pleasing shake, I think it could just kind of be like, get the fuck out or I'm gonna burn you. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. Um, so you can add dried chili powder. I personally like to use cayenne. Uh, but you can add it to protection spells or powders. And please be careful. Take it from me. Don't breathe it in as you're using your mortar and pestle and mixing it all together or anything like that.
Yeah.
It sucks. Don't breathe it.
We've all got masks these days. Pop one of those on.
Yeah, I highly recommend doing so. So peppers have a super strong place in kitchen witchery. They have made their way into our diets for so long, humans naturally want to consume them. So it makes sense that they are weaseled right into kitchen witchery. So they can be very hardy plants and they can handle a lot of conditions. And when the going gets tough for these peppers, they just get even more intense. So add them to dishes, perhaps when someone is under the weather or someone has a broken
Mm.
heart or someone is a bit downtrodden or, not sure of their next move, where to go. They have a good, I didn't really see that anywhere, but that is like, that's how
Yeah.
I feel,
Yeah, for sure.
about it. Like my go-to, I don't make super spicy food very often, but every now and again, like if one of us is sick or if, like I feel like I made some like during the height, like during like fucking June of last year when everything sucked. I'll make because I make chicken noodle soup and I'm very proud of my chicken noodle soup. I've honed my chicken noodle soup recipe for a long
It's
time and
very good.
it takes hours and hours and it's delicious. But every now and again, I'll make some with some fucking chilies in it. Like, and it's this really, really spicy because chicken noodle soup, of course, as many people think, is a very restorative meal. But when you make it so fucking spicy, it just hits on a whole other level
Oh,
of like,
yeah.
all right, well, I'm just going to get my shit together and I'm going to rebuild my life and I'm going to do this. And, it's just like, and I don't know why, but it does that.
I am the essence of health.
Yeah. It's very, virile in
Mm.
its potency.
Oh.
So it can be added to foods for protection. Perhaps you feel that you've been hexed, whether it be by someone or by yourself. Uh, Add it to it. Make a good spicy ass dish with some chilies and with as you're in the important thing with chilies. I said earlier, like, don't, add it to every spell. I don't mean every meal. There's a difference between cooking and kitchen witch cooking.
Yeah.
While cooking for me is always this meditative, wonderful experience, it's not always a spiritual experience in the sense that I'm crafting spells with my meals. So I just want to make that clear. Like you can cook with chilies as much as you fucking want to, but there's a difference of when you're doing some kitchen witchery meal and that you're going to work a long time on this meal and you're pouring intention into it for a purpose.
Hmm.
That's more what I mean.
Yeah.
And make like that spicy dish, follow it with a blueberry pie for dessert, break
Oh.
that fucking hex, and I just feel like, and then too, that's just a sensory experience. You have the intensity of the spice and then just the cool, delicious sweetness of
A
like a blueberry
little bit of
pie.
creme, a little bit of
Oh,
whipped
baby.
cream.
Hell
Mhm.
yeah.
Or ice
So,
cream, and then you got your ice and your fire.
oh yeah, man.
Baby.
And like the dairy to help kind of
I
chill out the capsaicin.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so I would be remiss
Mhm.
if I didn't talk about sexy time.
Oh,
So,
oh, get into it.
yeah. So it's chilies. They're spicy. They're hot.
Yeah.
Uh, you get the idea. They make you makes me sweat. Um, so of course, in food, the same goes for that, and not even just food. There's other ways in magic that you can use them for sex magic,
Rub
but
it
you can't.
right on your
Right
on
on
your
the dick.
genitals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you are cooking and you're making this spicy dish with fresh chilies, and for some reason in kitchen witchery, I want some fresh chilies. If I'm making a meal that has a purpose, I want the fresh ingredients. I want to slice them up. I want to work with it from start to finish.
Mhm.
So set this intention that you're wanting some hot shit to happen afterwards, so
But be careful with your wording because you don't want the hot shits afterwards.
yeah, you don't want the hot shits. You need to be clear to spirit as you're
Mhm.
setting your
Yeah.
intentions. Yeah. It just bypasses all sex and it just all you do is wake up the next morning with the hot shits.
Yeah. And Spirit's like, "Aren't you proud?
Yeah,
I
you
did
both
it."
wind up going to bed at like 8 p.m.
With
watching
horrible
Netflix.
stomach aches. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You wake up with heartburn in the shits. So,
Yeah.
chilies can be placed under the bed to reignite passion.
Ooh.
Or maintain and bring back passion, so maybe, it's, you don't got to reignite it. Maybe you just want to maintain it, like things are going pretty good for you. And you're like, you know what? This is a nice little streak we're on. Let's slip some chilies under the bed and make sure it
Oh.
keeps on chugging. So, also fidelity.
Oh.
So I saw that you could tie two chilies together with a ribbon and put those under the person's pillow, which I find a bit risky. I'm I'm someone that sleeps under my pillows. I don't
Uh-huh.
use pillows and I'm waiting for the day for that to bite me in the ass. But I don't use pillows. I sleep under them and pile them on top. And I just know I'm going to drag my eyeball across that pepper in the
Yes.
middle of the night and just wake up in a sleepy panic as to
Yeah.
why I hurt so much.
But hey, listen, in that moment, the last thing you're wanting to do is cheat,
Yeah, very, very true. All you can feel is pain.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's a horrible message here.
yeah,
Don't listen to
exactly.
us.
But that's peppers.
I
You can
love
do
it.
so many things with them. And the energies I feel like are different. Like the energy of a sweet pepper is going to be different from the energy of like a habanero, or something like that, but very useful in its way. Plus,
Chipotle.
they're delicious. Oh, I love
Oh,
Chipotle.
baby.
I also love a fucking Anaheim. Love an Anaheim smoky bastard. It's delicious.
I have an affinity for the smoky bastards.
I love them.
Mm,
Love them.
mm.
I cook with peppers a lot, mostly sweet ones, but I cook with poblanos and bell peppers a lot.
See, I do not enjoy I like a sweet banana pepper, but I don't like bell peppers, man. I don't like bell peppers. I don't like bell peppers.
Yeah, I
I
do.
can't think of literally any other sweet pepper.
I like them when they are red or yellow more than the green ones, which they're all the same thing. It's just different stages of ripeness.
Yeah.
But I like them when because I like sweet peppers, like the bag of like snack sweet peppers is to me they taste like candy. Like they're so fragrant and sweet, but also with that pepper, it's like, and like the amount of moisture locked into a sweet pepper, it's like you bite it and it's just like it's so hydrating in a weird way. They're just full of water. I love them. I can eat sweet peppers as a dessert, and I sometimes do. I'll just get them at night as like my snack and just eat like 4 or 5 of those sweet peppers, and it's great.
You will. I might have to give those little sweeties another shot. But I don't know. Something about a bell pepper bums me out.
Well, I do. If we're eating them just straight and like just raw, I like the sweet peppers more.
Mm.
I like a bell pepper is good. I'll eat it. I'll eat raw bell pepper. Like, it's fine. It's a good snack, but it's not as delicious to me. Like certain breeds of pepper are made for munching. Like they're made for snacking, and sweet pepper,
It's fine.
it's fine.
I know another recipe that is fantastic for sickness if you want to burn it out of you.
Oh yeah.
You get your hot peppers, you get your pepper X, you rip it up into 1,000 pieces with your bare hands, and then you shove it into a big vat of review footage.
And then immediately you need to wash your hands 80,000 fucking times.
And then you rub your juice covered hands into your eyes.
And you feel alive.
And you remember that you're alive. Today's review footage comes from B. Ridget, which I think is cute. There's like a B and a period and then Ridget. And
is it a question mark at the end?
No, but that's just what my voice turns everything into a question. Bridget. This review is entitled, Yes, Honey.
Oh.
Hi, veteran listener here. Love your show. I'm really here to tell you that I had to look up night crawlers, and why is this how I drew people as a child? Send help.
Interesting. What? Okay, I love how the whole review is more of just a confession.
A cry for help and a confession.
That's amazing. That is awesome. Thank you, B. Ridget. That's excellent.
I like how they start like, veteran listener here, love your show, but look what I'm really here for. Dude,
yeah.
What if our review footage just turned into like the confessions section?
Dude, that's great. Yeah. Y'all listening?
Feel free to air
Make them all 5 stars still, please. But like, say whatever you want.
Ouch.
But while you're at it, you can read our 1 stars and lower stars because they are fucking funny.
They are, yeah. And we don't have many of them, so I'm happy about that.
No. And I understand the ones we have for the
I was going to say, there's valid points.
Big time. We're not for everyone.
No. Oh, fuck. Oof. But if we're for you, and you think we might be for the people that you would want to advertise to, you can advertise on the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour by sending us an email to wbahpodcast@gmail.com. You could also send your spooky stories to wbahpodcast@gmail.com. You can also just send a hey, what up to wbahpodcast@gmail.com. We have an Instagram.
It's the only one that's right. @Witch Bitch Amateur Hour. And I like to think that Jim's coming with us.
Oh, to the beach?
Yeah, he'll be there.
I feel like he's going to just always be about knee deep in the water. Like under the water.
Yeah.
Just kind of snorkeling, just kind of under there. And he's just checking us out.
We'll know he's near when we feel that wet, slimy piece of seaweed slip across our legs. That's just him saying hello. Hey, I'm here.
He's here to touch everybody's feet, is what he's doing.
Yeah.
And if you're ever at the ocean and you feel that feeling, he's just touching your feet.
Yeah. Especially when you're in opaque water. That's when he likes to do it, is when you're in water you can't see through and you don't know what it is. Yeah, he's going to come and just slip all over your skin.
Yeah, he wants to feel the texture of your foot skin. Mm-hmm. We have a Twitter
Witcher.
Come meet with us over on Facebook @Witch Amateur Hour. No! Bitch on Facebook.
There it is.
That's not been around in a while.
I was just thinking that. Wow.
If you would like to support the podcast, seek professional help. But if you would, we have a Patreon. Macy, where can they find that at?
You can hop on over to patreon.com and you can search the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour or / is it WBH podcast? I never can remember.
It's sure.
Yeah. And or patreon.com / WBAH podcast. And we've really been cranking out some pretty choice ass content. That's where you're going to meet Rocco and Laser, with the ghost antagonizers. That's where they will live. But we do 2 spell videos a month. We do blogs and our lives, which are such a good time. And we don't say that to be sales pitchy. Like they are just legitimately a great time.
Yeah.
Bonus episodes, depending on your tier. Like, and just that's where we dump our fucking investigation content. So like, our investigation of Antioch Cemetery is going over there, which have you seen the video I made yet?
Not yet, dude.
I'm
Not fucking
stupid. It's
yet.
not as cool as I think it is, but I'm proud of it. And one of the cues, I don't know why, but on my phone it looks right, but it's wrong on the video. It's like too blown up and you can't read it. But all of the rest of them are right. So I'm just going to leave it because it's so much work to re-export that video and re-upload it.
Yeah, it's fine.
But that's where we put things like that. It's just all kinds of content. We're coming at you there all the time. You can't get away from us ever.
Constant email updates. And last Friday, but to us it's this coming Friday or Wednesday, I'm sorry. We're going to have so much coming out. We've got Ghost Antagonizers coming out. We have, I think, a bonus episode coming out. We've got
your spell
the spell and all the extra ghost hunting like EVPs and stuff like that. So sorry about all the emails y'all got last week. That was a lot.
Yeah.
We have a physical, if you're not into the electronic email, we have a physical P.O. box. It's P.O. Box 865 Canton, Texas 75103. And what's Sawsbox doing? Is she jealous that she can't go to the beach?
She's high maintenance. I just had to pay for her again. She had to be renewed because we got the letter that was like, hey, you need to renew this now. And I was like, oh my God, what if I didn't and we'd changed? What if we didn't have Saucebox anymore? Like we can't lose her.
I was just going to say, even after, if we ever change the P.O. Box address or after the eventual demise of this podcast, that P.O. Box is A, going to be infamous, but B, it will never be able to be anybody else's. It's Sawsbox forever. And can you imagine?
She's a tulpa.
Can you imagine, dude? You just move to Canton and you're like, I guess I need a P.O. Box, and you get one and it's like the essence of Sawsbox.
And that's who you get. Yeah.
And you're like, why does all my mail feel really sassy and salty?
Yeah. No, she's permanent now. Mm-hmm.
Man, we've made things.
Yeah, we have.
I don't know if they're good things.
We've just spit tulpas out all into the world.
Left and right, manifesting beings all over the place. And we're just flippantly like, tee-hee,
yeah.
All right, dude. Well, with that said, let's go to the beach.
Yeah, gonna go in just 2 short days, bruh. And there's so much left to do.
I know, I'm stressed out. But hey, listen. By the time this episode comes out, everything will be done and we'll already be done with the beach.
Oh, and I've hit that. I talked about it, I think, one of the camping trips we took a while back. I've hit the fuck you point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It'll get done now. It's mostly done. The house is mostly clean. Yeah. It's.
And if it doesn't, it doesn't.
Fuck it.
I used to have a wild side. They say a country mile wide. I'd burn those beer joints down. Okay, I'm done. I can't. I'm sorry.